Hello guys, and welcome to today's tutorial. I'm being very happy today. I'm always happy, Sha. I'm always happy. So let's get this one done with. So in the last video we talked about string operations, how to add different strings, we talked about converting from an integer to a string to format very nicely and all those stuff. So during the last tutorial, I gave a very simple example. I said you imagine you're making a function that displays how much a user withdrew. So you can have a withdraw. You withdrew what's it called, 5,000 naira, 5,000 naira. Okay, so this is a simple function that it takes. What does it do? It just simply displays to the user how much they withdrew. But I'm not going to start using different formatters, or rather different the four methods I showed you before to start formatting. We've done over those ones. We've done that one and we are done with it. So this particular tutorial, you can see the topic, or rather the heading, taking input from a user. Now it is very obvious that when you are making a program, your program needs to be able to take input from a user. So if you want to make, I will still use the example I've been using. If you want to make a POS machine that accept that, maybe it asks the user how much do you want to withdraw, and then the user will put 5,000. So your program will now say you withdrew 5,000. So this particular example, I will use it and we'll develop on it, we'll work on it. Whatever topic we introduce, we are going to use it to develop what we want to do. And I believe in real life examples, practical things that people can relate with, not just coding up and down without uh, doing something that somebody will understand. Okay, so thank God I am here with you guys. So we're going to be doing real life examples because I myself, I like practicals. I like real things that people can work with and relate with. Okay, so that being said, this particular program, we are going to work on our app more. So for now, if you change this to 100 naira, so and the person withdraw, it will say you withdrew. Oh, sorry, this shouldn't be 5,000, but withdraw rather. Withdraw. Don't mind me. So if I run this code, you can see you withdrew 100 naira. So anything I change this thing to, that's exactly what it will print out. But now you know that in the real life, if you're making a POS machine, it is the user that will enter the value that they want to withdraw. You'll not be the one to force them to withdraw the amount they want to withdraw. So for this particular tutorial, for this particular one, we are going to talk about taking inputs from users, and the function to do it is just the input function. As the name goes, input, the input function. So you can ask the user, how much do you want to withdraw? Okay, yeah, you can ask the person, how much do you want to withdraw? So let me run this program. So it is now asking us, how much do you want to withdraw? I will now put 5,000. Okay, so it will now say you withdrew 5,000 naira. You can see how responsive it is. So at this point, it is asking us how much you want to withdraw. If you put 200 here, it will say you withdrew 200 naira. And obviously this our code is much more better than before. So with this input function, you can ask a user what they want to do, and when you collect the information, you will now do whatever you want to do with it. Now whatever value they put will now be assigned to this variable here. So this variable is just like waiting for the user to put something. Now if I run this program and the user does not put anything, it will just say you withdrew space naira. You can see how it is. So in future we'll work on this. we will now see a situation where somebody will not put anything. We will tell the person, hey Olodo, you have to put something. So we will develop this POS machine as we go, and that's going to be our basis of learning. Okay, so like I was saying, this input function simply collects users input and it will assign it to whatever variable you have here. So if you don't put anything inside here, as in if it is empty and you run the code, you would see that our cursor is waiting for me to put something. So if I put 200, it will say you withdrew 200, but it's always advisable to show the user. Monster. So sorry about that. You will now see that like I was saying, that it's always advisable to put in something that will display an information to the user, so that the user will know what you are asking of them. Another thing, let's say I run this program and I put wow. So you can see here, very funny, you withdrew wow naira. So you can see that our program is not yet intelligent to know that somebody is putting number and somebody is not putting number. So but with time we'll work on all these things and we'll develop it, and it will be very, very intelligent and responsive, as if we are programming a real life POS machine. Okay, so this is just what I wanted to show us, how to accept input from user. Now let's say we want to ask a user, how old are you? How old are you? Okay, how old are you? How old are you? So we'll now clean this place off. And okay, let me tell us the challenge. The challenge now is ask somebody how old they are. Then what you will do is you will now add that age that they will enter with 5, and then you will tell the person in 5 years time you will be, okay, let's say I'm 25. I will now say in 5 years time I'll be 30. So that is the challenge. So instead of this, we will now say age detector. So our age detector is this. Then I will now say print, let me use this my formatter, in 5 years time, comma, you will be what? You know what it will be now. This age detector, age underscore detector plus 5. So once you do this, your age detector will just simply add 5 to the age. And let's run this. I'm going to show you that we'll have a problem. Let's say I enter 25. So you can see that there is a problem. But instead of this, okay, so the problem now is that this our age detector is a string, okay, and we are adding a string. This is a string to, okay, I know how to make this thing better. 5 years, let me say 5 years. I think this will better explain it. Is equal to age detector plus 5. So instead of this, I will now have 5 years. Okay, so let me run this program again. It's still going to be the same error. I want to show us something. 25. So you can see that I have an error. I'm trying to add a string to an integer and it's not possible, and that is because this input, whatever the user puts, is going to come as a string, no matter what the user puts. So it's going to come as a string. You understand? It's going to come as a string. So our interest is in adding an integer, whatever the user put, with 5. So it means that this age detector as it is a string. So we need to convert this age detector to what? An integer. That is a number, so that we can be able to add it to 5. And we'll do the reverse. To convert from an integer to a string, you use str. And to convert from a string to an integer, you use int. Are you sure? Okay. So we'll just run this program now. Write 25. So you can see in 5 years time you will be 30. Let's complete it. Years old. Okay. So this is the simple thing to do. Let me say 24. So it will write in 5 years time you will be 29 years old. So with this simple program you can collect a user input and do anything you want with the input and then display results. So let me give you a very simple analogy. When you want to withdraw money from a bank, how does the bank know that? It's like I like money too much. All my examples are just about money, but well, money, I love money, not excess love. Well, let's not go into that. Let's go into what we have. So let's say you want to withdraw, you are using USSD code and you want to withdraw money from the bank, right? First thing it will say welcome to Zenith Bank. It will ask you, do you want to withdraw, do you want to transfer? Let's say you choose withdraw, and then they will ask you how much do you want to withdraw. Let's say you have, for instance, you have 10,000 naira in your account, and then you say you want to withdraw or you want to recharge. Let's use recharge, not withdraw. You now want to recharge 5,000 naira airtime. You put 5,000 naira. So what is going to happen is that the program, what they coded, will now check 5,000 naira against what you have in your bank account. If it is less than what you have in your bank account, it will now say successful, and then it will recharge you 5,000 naira on your line. But if the input you put is greater than what? 5,000, is greater than 10,000 naira rather, which is in your account, what the program will simply do is say insufficient fund. The same goes for when you want to withdraw from POS. So that is exactly what we are doing here. Though with time we'll work on all those things, okay? Those small tasks will come. But the idea I'm trying to do is this. What is simply happening is that the bank people are just using something like this input to get your name. To get the amount you want to withdraw. Okay, they will use something like this, get the amount you want to withdraw, and then at the end of the day they will now check that amount you said you want to withdraw against what you have in your bank account. If it is less than it, that is, if the amount you want to withdraw is less than what you have in your bank account, it will be successful. If it is not less than it, that is, if it is more than it, it will say insufficient fund. Okay, so these are some things that you can see how programming is very important. So if you want to make your own app that is for banking, you can start from here. Right? I don't say you should carry this code and go and make app that is withdrawing anything. Don't mind me, but this is where you start from to show you that you're in the right place. Okay, so imagine you want to make an app like that. You can easily do it like this, and then all you just need to do is collect the information on how much you want the person to withdraw, or rather how much the person wants to withdraw. Do your Kineko logic, and then at the end of the day you display the information to the person. So this our small program now. It simply takes a user's age, adds 5 to it, and then it will now say in 5 years time you're going to be so age. So our input comes from the user, and it is not statically typed like I say 6. Okay, and if I run this, it will just know that it is 11, but this time around it is coming from the user. So it is the information that the user gives to you that you will now use to do whatever you want to do. This is a real life application. I've used an example that we are all familiar with. So I don't want this video to get very long. I just demonstrated how to collect input from a user, how to convert from a string object to an integer object, how to I went more into formatting and all. So this is what you need to know in this video. Go over it, try some crazy examples in your head, and as always, if you have any question, let me know. Now let me do one more thing. I just feel the need to do it. though I've explained it though. Let's say that I have that test. Let's say I'm testing something. I say that test is 5. So I want to say print test plus 10. So you know that this is not going to work. Typically it's not supposed to work because you are adding a string and an integer. It's not going to work. So what you can do is wrap this thing around what? Int. Okay, so that if you run this code, it will now say 15. That is 5. This 5 is a string now, right? This 5 is a string. You now use int test to convert it to an integer, and then you added 5 to it. So even if this thing was 5.6, if I run this program, so it will just convert it to, okay, you can see that I have an error, invalid literal. So it means that it can only work on integers. Okay, 5.0 is possible now. Abi, is it? Okay, it's not. So just know that you can work on integers, unless you want to have something like this, say float. So you can have like 5.5 here. I think this is supposed to work. So you can see that 5.5 is a decimal number, which is a float. So that you convert it to float and then add it to 10, and you're going to get 15.5. So obviously if you want to convert from to a string to integer, you use int. If you want to convert an int to a float, you use float. If you want to convert to a string, you use str. So this way you can manipulate anything you want to manipulate. And now if you have ordinary 5 and you want to convert it to float, I think you have 5.0. okay, it has this float test will give you 5.0, then 5.0 plus 10 will now give you 15.0. That's exactly what is happening here. Now if you want to remove this 15.0, I don't want to make this, I don't want to confuse you, but I'm just trying to show you things you can try out yourself. You will see that this will return 15. So that is it's crazy, yes, it's crazy, but it's very simple. All you just need to do is understand the logic of the thing. So there's nothing much there. I just said let me show you, and it is left for you to keep trying on your own and see how you can, new things you can discover on this conversion from different one data type to another. So that example I showed you, or that illustration I just showed you, simply is called data type conversion, converting from one data type to another. Okay, so that is how we do it in Python, how to convert from to a string, to a float, to an integer. So with time we're going to talk about other data types, and we're going to see how to also convert in those data types. Thank you.